The USS Resolute had a bit of a turbulent time in the 2380s. From half blowing up because of a warp core breach, to being hit with a nasty energy wave while still docked, to running into the Tacon Empire, this ship had its fair share of rough moments. But did you know that in the midst of its history, the USS Resolute had a run-in with a few familiar faces from none other than Star Trek The Next Generation? While throughout the game's runtime, the Resolute has run-ins with some familiar faces, two that you might not know about actually came across the Resolute a few months before the events of the game, during its previous mission. You see, before it was repaired and sent back out on its diplomatic task, the ship was sent to the Talarian homeworld to rescue none other than Dr. Leah Brahms. Yes, that Leah Brahms, the designer of the Galaxy-class and Nebula-class warp drives that we met back in TNG. But while things would ultimately become even more complicated than they first appeared when the Resolute arrived to save Dr. Brahms, it was the Talarian militia captain that its crew ended up in conflict with who would serve as the most surprising familiar face of all. That's right, it was none other than Jono, the human raised by Talarians who himself had spent some time aboard the Enterprise D when he was still a boy. Whilst there, Captain Picard did try to help Jono reconnect with his humanity, but after Jono tried to murder Picard, he was handed back to the Talarians, where it seems he made a career as a military leader. So there you have it, two big TNG cameos hidden in the backstory of the USS Resolute and her crew. If you want to learn more about her last mission before the events of Resurgence, then why not check out my full lore primer video, which explains the entire setup and backstory before the game's opening. I'll link it in the description box below. Oh, and I also have a review of the Steam version linked down there too for good measure. Also, if you like this video or just love Star Trek, then why not give it a like and sub to the channel. I release all kinds of Star Trek content every week, from lore to facts, reviews, listicles, news, you name it. It's everything Star Trek all in one place. Finally, make sure you let me know in the comments below what you thought of Resurgence, or if you're planning on playing it. And if you have any questions at all about Star Trek or Star Trek lore, pop those down there too, and I'll do my best to answer them. Till next time, live long and prosper.